Right now, I want you to tell me what you're doing if you're not wearing clothes, sitting on something, or using electricity. Leave a comment, because it's hard to do anything and not utilize those three. Think about it. Welcome. In the words of the great Earl Simmons, let's get it on. One of the shows I like to watch is Atlanta. I really hope they bring it back and it's not over, but they made a few key points in Atlanta, right? The character Darius.
Look, man, is there somewhere we can talk for real? I'm sorry, who is this dude?
Darius,
No,
man,
I'm fine with talking right here.
When you first walked in, I gave you a cookie.
He's an interesting character. He says quite a few things that are interesting, like this.
Hey, look, I know you don't know me, but my name's Darius. I was just wondering, can I measure your tree?
No, not right now.
Right now? That basically means no, man.
Came to my attention because I like trees. Outside of the trees, what got me was
Paper mail, all about my paper mail.
Breakfast call.
You made that up.
Everything's made up, nigga. Stay woke.
everything is made up. And I had to pause and think about it. Like, I looked around for a moment and said, wow, everything is made up. So I think once you grasp the concept that everything is made up, the possibilities start to open. For example, clothes, chairs, and electricity, those are made up. I mean, what's the craziest idea you ever had? You were to go back into history and tell somebody, look, with this, you're going to be able to talk to anybody, anywhere in the world, take pictures. Teacher said you're not going to have a calculator wherever you go. Got one. You can search anything in the world without needing to go to a library. It's crazy just how we've advanced. But we have to keep the thought, the imagination, the development. We can't lose the fact that everything is made up, and in that, losing our imagination. I don't know who it was, but whoever created the wheel, that was a game changer. Because that wheel was used in so many different things. The printing press. Say Einstein had thousands of creations. Not only did he have thousands of creations, one of my favorite quotes from Einstein was, imagination is more important than knowledge. Why? Not everybody has an imagination, and knowledge can be sourced through materials. You can't learn imagination, or I don't think you can learn imagination. It's something you are born with, and then you lose over time. Picasso, we know Picasso, or we should. One said, everything you can imagine is real. So think about that. Everything you can imagine is real. I remember when the iPhone came out, I'm Android. I never really was an Apple fan because music was my main reason to not dive into Apple. Wait, so I have to sync everything each time, and I didn't want to do that. I like to drag, drop, boom, file, copied, done. But Steve Jobs with the iPhone, innovative. Again, Edison with the light bulb, innovative. And it's another crazy one, right? Because you might think of it and say, Well, at the time, people probably did think it was crazy where Nikola Tesla had the idea for energy, but wireless. If we went from plugging in physically a port to charge our phones, earbuds, watches, to now laying it on a base and it's still getting the same power, similar to being plugged in, what's to say it doesn't need to be on that base? Can't you then stretch out the space in between the two? Wouldn't that be similar to what Nikola Tesla initially had envisioned? Call me crazy, but you got to be able to keep the open mind that anything is possible. That's basically my whole goal with this message, because that's my biggest drawback. Sometimes I get discouraged when I'm doing something. It's like, damn, should have done it like this. But as long as I remember, like, just about, let me not say anything, just about anything is possible. And I think a lot of great inventions are made from making life easier for people and not necessarily padding your pockets or dollars. If you're able to make things easier for people, it would be a more rewarding way to make your life richer when you're able to connect the two things. Because what? You're solving two problems. Thomas Edison today would be a millionaire, right? But I only use him because everyone knows the light bulb. I think the key to it is understanding that failure isn't the enemy and more a part of the process. And I don't even like to say it like that, but not getting the desired result. Because if you are working on something, you don't get the result you desire, and you learn something within that process, I don't consider that a failure. I consider that a lesson in the steps to get the processes that you're trying to accomplish. So the best thing to do is to jump out on that ledge and take that dive. That's more or less all I had to say. Think about it. Everything's made up. Everything. Thank you. It's my dissertation.